Charlotte Tilbury is probably my new favourite makeup brand, but I've also got some dupes because we love a dupe. Okay, I just put some of that in my eye. That's not good. The last time I just went out for like drinks and dancing was probably not just before COVID, it's probably before I had Zara, and she's 5. Poking myself in the face with a mascara on. I don't know, is it like a mum thing to feel like anxiety about going out and doing stuff because all we're used to being is mummies? Okay, I don't know whether I look like glowy or sweaty now. Hi guys, Ree here from mummy04.com. Welcome back to my channel and a slightly different video to the things you'd normally see on my channel. I'm going out later, and if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I do not do this a great deal, as in other than going either to the theatre with my sister and being back by 10:30, or probably 2 or 3 meals out with my husband and being back by 10:30. I have not been out with friends since pre-COVID. Suffice to say, I have mixed feelings about it. I'm sort of looking forward, but it's also feeling a little anxious and nervous, if I'm honest. Anyway, I asked earlier on stories over on Instagram if you guys wanted to see a get ready with me, or like a chatty one, or include it in a vlog, and the vast majority voted for a full get ready with me. So that is what we are doing. Before I go and wash my hair, and if you've heard me talk about this before, you'll know I'm normally very lazy with my hair. I normally wash it early evening and let it air dry and then just straighten it in the morning. I'm actually going to have to blow dry it, which will be a bit of a shock to the system. But because I am going out, I thought maybe I would perhaps experiment with red lips. I know. So I thought I'd try them on now before I go in the shower, and that way I can take all my makeup off, have a shower, and if it's a disaster, not reapply the red lip. So if you've seen previous morning routine videos, although I haven't filmed like get ready with me videos as such for like full makeup, my previous makeup routine was very basic. I had like eyelash extensions, and I would just use a tinted moisturiser and a bit of lip and cheek tint. I have got back into makeup a little bit more. I've had a few bits of Charlotte Tilbury for my birthday. I've bought a few bits in the sale, and I've been really enjoying it. So this will be fun. This could be fun. But I always wear really nude lips. So my makeup is normally very neutral, nude. I wonder if red lips are the way to go for tonight. I've actually got 2 red lipsticks for someone that doesn't wear red lips. I've got 2. They're very similar, and I didn't like choose either of them as such. Both of them came with like free gifts from Charlotte Tilbury. This one is Walk of No Shame, and is this I'll just swatch that. So I don't know whether to try one of these. So that's Walk of No Shame, and then this one is Walk of a Star, which looks incredibly similar if I'm honest, and is this colour. So that's Walk of No Shame, Walk of a Star. I mean, are they even different? I don't know. So let's try these on, and if I absolutely hate them, I won't put them back on, and then we can actually start getting ready. So this is not even getting ready, this is pre-getting ready. I did actually buy the Walk of No Shame lip liner to go with what I'm doing here. I don't know, they're so similar. Let's go with this one. Now, that's with a full face of makeup and my hair actually tidy. I always think of myself as not being able to pull off a red lip. I don't know. I'm undecided. Red lips, yes or no? I don't know. I'm gonna go and shower, and I will decide if I'm brave enough to actually leave the house with a red lip. I always see red lips on other people and love them, but I don't know. Not sure. Let's shower, do my hair, do the rest of my face, and then decide if I'm going to be bold enough for a bold red lip. So I've had a shower, washed my hair, and put it up in this thing to soak up most of the moisture. I'm going to have dinner, then finish drying it off, and then do some makeup. Now normally I would use one of these 2 as my standard. I've been using this moisturiser forever, and I've got really dry skin, and apparently Marilyn Monroe, who also had really dry skin, used to use this. Now it is super thick, and you've kind of got to really work it into your skin, but if you've got dry skin, that is really good. Now for today, because it's like going out, I'm using some of my little sampley size things I've had from Charlotte Tilbury. I've got Charlotte's Magic Eye Cream and Charlotte's Magic Cream, which is supposed to be the ultimate base for makeup. I'm gonna put this on. I've just got out of the shower. I've literally got to put on moisturiser as soon as I get out of the shower. I'm like a lizard. My skin is so dry. If I don't do it straight away, I can feel my skin just tightening up. Okay, I just put some of that in my eye. That's not good. So eye cream under the eye area. I've got to admit, normally I just shove one of those all over my face. But since we're doing out, then I am going to do some of this. This Magic Cream is the one that, I mean, I do love it, but it is really expensive. So normal days, Nivea. Fancy days, Magic Cream. So this does feel gorgeous on my skin. It is a nice base for makeup. It's just a bit expensive to use all the time. So can I recommend it? If you've got the money and want to spend it, yes. If not, my Nivea kind of does the trick. The other thing, the other Marilyn Monroe trick I heard, if you have got super dry skin, and I actually do this quite a lot in the winter, she used to smear her face with Vaseline in the night as like a mask. I've literally got cream in my eye. Oh. So Marilyn used to smear her face with Vaseline before bed as like a night mask to lock in all the moisture. And I have watched some people on YouTube. There's some dermatologists, are they called the skin doctors? Someone put me onto them, but they actually said that that works. So if you have got painfully dry skin, because I've been through phases where I've just broken out and just dry skin all over my face. That is a bit of a hack to kind of bring back the moisture. And let's face it, all these are really, really affordable. I'm gonna brush through my hair. I use a wet detangler on my hair and the girls because it doesn't break hair, and then it'll air dry a little bit while we're having food. And then I will come back, gosh my friend's too long, come back, blow dry this into some sort of shape, and then get on some makeup. So I've had dinner, my hair has air dried a little tiny bit. I'm going to use my, what is this thing even called? Revlon Styler Pro something brush to dry my hair. This is just a much easier way of getting like a big bouncy blow dry. I've always wanted to try the Dyson Airwrap, but it's a lot of money, and would I still be too lazy to use it is the big question. If anyone has one, sound off in the comments as to whether they're worth it. But this is a much more affordable option, and it's a really easy way to dry your hair if you are not very good at it and super lazy like me. So let's do that and then get some makeup on. Hair is dry-ish. I would say it's not bone dry, but I can't like finish it properly because I've got to pin my fringe out of the way in order to do my face. And then I will have to straighten my hair. I'm going to start by putting just a tiny bit of Vaseline onto my lips so they're nice and soft when we get around to those. So Charlotte Tilbury is probably my new favourite makeup brand, but I've also got some dupes because we love a dupe. So I've got some skincare on. The next thing I would want to use if I had all of the products would be the Hollywood Flawless Filter, which kind of makes you look glowy. And as a dry skinned person, looking glowy and youthful is kind of what I want. I kind of want to look like my girl's skin looks all the time. That's the look we're going for. Anyway, I've got two dupes for the Hollywood Flawless Filter, and they are this one from Primark, which is the PS Flawless Glow, and that has still got a price ticket on it. That's just £5. I've got that in the shade Buttermilk. My natural skin tone is really quite pale, so I am sort of the fairest shade in most of the things I have to pick up. So the Hollywood Flawless Filter has got a lot more options, but this, from what I can gather, is very, very similar. It's a really good dupe. But the other dupe, if you can't get to a Primark, or sometimes they don't have this in Primark, quite a lot of times I've looked for it and they haven't had it, you can get this one, which I will link. You can get this online quite easily. This is the collection Gorgeous Glow Filter. It is a really nice product as well. I think of the two, I prefer the collection one, which I have in the shade Fair One. So as I said, the Charlotte Tilbury version of this, the packaging is much prettier and there are a lot more variations of shades. So if you're not just like super pale like me and teetering on looking anemic, so you may struggle to match your skin tone a little more than if you've got lots and lots of options, but then these are a lot more affordable at £5, and I think this was around the 5 or 6 mark as well. So I'm going to use the collection filter one. I'm going to apply it directly onto my face, just in the bits that I would like to be a bit more glowy. You can use this instead of a foundation if that's what you want for like a really sheer look, maybe in the summer. I'm just gonna blend some of that in with a sponge. I think these were all Primark ones. Yes, they were. This one says Disney on it. I've also got this one, which is like a Christmas Mickey one. So I'm just gonna dab that in and get to some questions. The first one is, do Disney sponsor you? I wish. I have got a Disney YouTube channel and Instagram if you like kind of Disney trips and things like that. But no, they don't sponsor me. I have worked with Disney related products. So I've worked with Disney Princess Magazine brand that did Go-Go Squeeze, which were yogurts, which were Disney themed. But I haven't worked directly with Disney. I've done another few other like Disney related collaborations where it's like been a product that's collaborated with Disney. But Disney, if you're watching, I'd love to. We were lucky enough to get invited to the Disney event in London, which was directly with Disney UK, but no, not sponsored. Okay, next product. This is absolutely my favourite foundation at the moment. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin, and I am a shade 3 neutral in this. This is quite good because it's got options not just for different shades but different undertones, which I'll be honest, I don't understand, but Charlotte Tilbury staff are really good at helping you with picking the right shades and things. So I am gonna grab a brush. So I'm just gonna squeeze a little bit onto and then dab that directly onto my face while I answer some more questions. So what are your bucket list trips with kids non-Disney? So I would love to take the children to where they filmed The Sound of Music. They love The Sound of Music. It's my favourite film. I went there when I was quite young. I would love to take the girls, you know, to where it was all filmed and just have them twirling like Maria. They would love it. It would be amazing. So that is in Salzburg in Austria. I would like to go to New York. New York's always been on my bucket list. I think to do that with the children, doing that without the children wouldn't be an option because just childcare and things, you know, it wouldn't happen. We take the children everywhere with us. But I'd love to take them to New York. But when they're a bit older, I feel that they would appreciate it more. And we really enjoyed our recent little mini break to London. I think I'd love to do some more stuff like that, take them to see some more shows and things. And I did promise William, who is obsessed with roller coasters, that when he hit the height of 1.4 meters, I just poked myself in the eye. When he hit 1.4 meters, I would take him on a 1.4 tour of all the roller coasters in all the theme parks in the UK. So I need to do that at some point as well. I am iffy, shall we say, when it comes to heights. So that would definitely be more for him than for me, but that is definitely on a list. Perhaps when they're all a little bit taller and can all do those rides, that would be a really fun little trip to do. Okay, I think that's mostly buffed in. I mean, I even buffed it into my eye. You're not supposed to do that. Now for concealer. As I mentioned earlier, my skin is like crazy dry, crazy dry. This Beautiful Skin foundation is perfect for me because it's really kind of moisturizing, I guess. It's got skincare ingredients in it apparently. So that sounds good, doesn't it? Now, knocking things over. My concealer, and I've tried so many different concealers, and this one is just head and shoulders above any of the others I've tried, and it's the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer. It can go under my eyes and not look cakey and awful, which is amazing really. I am going to put some of this under my eyes. There are dupes for like lots of different things you can find, but then some things are just worth it, and I find this makes such a difference. I'm gonna look a bit insane just for a minute, okay? Bear with me. I have got a little bit, I've got like a bit of colouring on my face there that I always try and, like a darker mark, sunspot I guess, which I try and cover, and they say to put it there and there. That doesn't look insane at all. So I'm now gonna blend some of that out with a small brush. This is a MAC brush, a MAC, oh, it's still got a name on it, 270S. Okay, that's what I'm using. I will, as I always try to do, put together a little blog post with links to everything that I have used in case you want to kind of grab anything. And then when there is like a spend and a splurge option, I will include both of those. Okay, so I'm gonna like press some of this in with the brush, and then I'm gonna finish it off with the sponge, which is slightly damp. It helps kind of get it all into my face. Okay, how are we doing? Are we looking glowy? Normally, day to day, I would do this. I would do a little bit of mascara, which we'll talk about in a second. Maybe just bronzer, highlighter, a bit of lip, and we're done. But as I'm going out, I am gonna do proper eyes. But before we do that, I will talk about eyelashes. I did have for a long time eyelash extensions, and it's just quite high maintenance having to go back all the time, so it's the cost, but also the cost of taking time when I should be working to go and have them done. So many people have raved about this. This is the UK Lash Serum, and what I've been doing is literally just putting this on my lashes every night. I've only been using it for a few weeks, and apparently it takes a couple of months to really work. but you just put it on your lash line before you go to bed and just forget it. And it's one swipe is enough. And the idea is, if you see the before and after pictures, they are pretty amazing. You can use it alongside having eyelash extensions, apparently, to strengthen and lengthen your lashes. I will report back when I've been using this, but has anyone else been using it? My best friend's actually been using it and has been raving about it. So people online and in real life have really, really liked that. So I'm not going to do that now because that's a like before bed thing, but that's what I have been doing. I will decide whether I'm going to bother because I have had, I'm not sure if you can tell right now with that mascara, but I have had an LVL lash lift, like a eyelash curling thing. But once I've got mascara on, I'll decide whether or not I need these. I did use these all through lockdown, and I sometimes use them when I'm going out. So we'll decide at the end whether we're going to bother with those. Okay, I'm going to powder slightly under my eyes just to set them. Now this is the only powder I've ever liked. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder, and I kind of feel like my skin is so dry. I just hated all powder before, and everything looked cakey and dreadful. This is the only one I can literally powder under my eyes and it doesn't look absolutely appalling. So I'm just going to kind of set my T-zone and my eyes, and then we'll worry about the rest in a minute. Maybe a bit on my chin. That's good. My skin is so dry that normally powdering under my eyes would be an absolute no-no, but this apparently is very finely milled. I just know I like it and it doesn't look super cakey. And yes, I am in the shade 1 Fair for this product. Now this is the Super Nudes palette. This was for my birthday from my best friend as part of my Charlotte Tilbury little gift. We normally go out for lunch and we stopped buying each other presents a good few years ago because her birthday's only 7 days after mine. And we stopped buying each other presents so that we would spend the money instead on going on a nice meal and going on a nice day out. And it took us, after a month and a half of trying, we gave up and we said, shall we just buy each other presents? So we bought each other makeup, which is nice. I'm going to use this super light shade here and just get that over my lid. I have not decided yet if I'm going super glitzy or not. Don't know, we'll see how we feel in a moment or two. All right, so that kind of like sets my eyes because just like a pale skin coloured shade. What I normally do now in the day, so I'm going to do this now just to kind of show you, is I would now just bronze, and the closest thing I do to eyes in the day is literally just like this, and then I just do that. So we're going to do that as like a base anyway, and then that kind of blends like so. So next question, when's your next Disney trip planned? We've got a Disney cruise booked for next August, which we're very excited about. And I have got one more Disneyland Paris trip I'm hoping to squeeze in before our annual passes expire, just to kind of make the most of those passes. That will be during the school holidays. Luckily, our Welsh school holidays are like a week out of sync with England, so we can get some cheaper like plane prices and stuff. I do get asked a lot about taking the children out of school to do Disney trips, and I answer that question in full, in more detail. I'm going to bother you with now in this video over here, over on my Disney channel, for a full explanation of that if you are interested at all. In the interest of not repeating myself, I will direct you to that. Are you enjoying your kids getting older and more independent? Ooh, it is bittersweet. I love seeing them thrive and grow and achieve new things, and it's wonderful. But it's hard too, isn't it? It's so hard. Letting go is so hard. Having my eldest go off to university has been, it's been a journey. It really has been a journey. Knowing how much help you should be giving them, how much you should be allowing them to make their own mistakes, how much you should protect them from things, is just, it's something I'm not quite there yet with. But yes, I'm enjoying them getting more independent. Like William, for example, is 10, and I can say, go and have a shower, and he just does. That is nice. That is really nice. He is at a lovely age actually, because I still feel like he, needs mummy a bit. But yeah, he does have that independence. So I guess it has its pros and cons. I am going to use, even though I have powdered a bit, 2 little Charlotte Tilbury products which came in like a little kit that I had in their Black Friday sale. And these are like TikTok sensations. I mean, I don't even do TikTok, but TikTok sensations, sold out, da da da. And these are Beauty Light ones. So these are just little minis. The full size ones are much bigger. Now, apparently you can put these on top of powder products. I should probably finish my eyes first. Should I finish my eyes? You can see I'm not used to doing like makeup videos. Yeah, okay, let's finish my eyes a bit more first and then we'll add those. Back to eyes. Right, where were we? I'm going to use this fluffy brush, which is a MAC 224S. I went through a phase of for years and years asking just for MAC makeup brushes for my birthday, which is why I got quite a collection of those. I must admit, I do love nice makeup. I go through phases where I just don't have time to do makeup and it feels like too much effort, and then I go through phases of actually really enjoying it, and I definitely like choosing nice makeup. Nice makeup feels like a real treat for birthdays and things. It's definitely something I enjoy. Still just using this little brown shade here to kind of cut my crease or whatever they call it. Question is, do I go glitzy on the eyes? Not sure, still not sure. Right, now I'm going to use a little smudger brush that also came the makeup I had from my best friend. I bought her one, she bought me one for my birthday and for her birthday, was the Charlotte Tilbury mystery box, and this was one of the things in it. So I see, what do we have in the mystery box? We had this palette, the Take It All Off makeup remover, the Walk of a Star lipstick, brow gel. I'm normally so lazy with my brows, I should probably use that. It also came with this new Legendary Lashes mascara, which I haven't even taken out of the box yet because I've got a mascara I'm using and I quite like, and I don't really want to open a new mascara and have two on the go, because you are supposed to chuck them out after 3 months, aren't you? Which I've historically been really bad at doing, but in the interest of not getting an eye infection, I watched a makeup video with like a really big makeup YouTuber from America getting an eye infection and then throwing out all of her makeup, and obviously like she had millions of subscribers of what she did for a living, and she had to throw it all out because she had an eye infection and obviously it was all contaminated. And it made you think, ew, actually. So since then I have bought this quick drying makeup sanitizer. I figured if I spray that on like eye palettes and things every now and again, perhaps it'll like sanitize them from germs. Day to day, I very rarely wear eyeshadow now. Literally this with bronzer. That's it, that's all I do. How are we looking? I think I want some more of this lighter shade to really like highlight the inner corner, and some perhaps across here. Highlight my brow bone. It always looks really strange, that mascara, I feel. Right, I'm actually going to go a bit darker. I'm going to use this black shade. I might regret this. I'm just going to go further into the crease with that. I am going to smudge it out a bit, try and make them symmetrical, and just make like a little V along there. Okay, next one. Do your children get overwhelmed at Christmas time? Noises, lights, etc. Noises, they're not too bad with. So from an autism point of view, I count myself quite lucky there, I guess, because noises, that must be really, really difficult. So they're not kind of children that need ear defenders and things much. Very, very rare. And then, to be honest, just like normal headphones will do the trick. The thing that is overwhelming for them is more like changing routine. So things like school concerts and having to rehearse instead of doing lessons can be quite difficult and challenging for children with autism, and that kind of upsetting routine, wearing different things to school. So things like non-uniform days have to be really planned in advance, otherwise they can get upset. So yeah, it's less about noises and lights and more about fluctuations in routine that can cause anxiety, and I think it can be quite an overwhelming time of year for everybody, whether you're on the spectrum or not. But yeah, I think it's just, as with everything with my children, the better prepared they are, the easier they find things. You can tell I haven't been out in ages. I just don't know when to stop. Is that done? It always looks so strange with that mascara. I always think anyway. Now the question is, do I add a bit of shimmer? Well, if I'm not going to do it at Christmas, I'm not sure when I will. So the answer is yes. And this, I'm going to use the Exaggerize quad from Charlotte Tilbury, which I actually had as like a free gift when I bought something. I'm going to use this pop shade here, which you may be able to see is quite shimmery. Shall we just go for it? Do we like that? Oh, it's done now. Okay, I think we like it. Like I said, if we're not going to do it at Christmas, when... Oh, we can do it. I'm going to use a brush to pack a bit more on, actually. I think I am just going to leave it on my actual lid. Now, the bit I always struggle with now with makeup, which is why I loved eyelash extensions, is not poking myself in the eye with mascara and making my eyes water down my face. Not having to wear mascara is the best thing about obviously having eyelash extensions, because when my eyes water, which happens a lot, it's that my eyes seem to water all summer. I think I have hay fever. And then all winter my nose seems to run every time I go in or out of the cold, and that makes my eyes water. Yeah, it's just really good not having black smudges down my face. I have picked up a waterproof mascara though, which we will discuss in just a moment. Okay, I am going to put a tiny bit under. Do I want it under my eyes as well? I'm not sure. I'm not sure I do. I think maybe I want to keep under my eyes super clean. And then I can just clean that up like that. Like so. Have we got enough eye? I mean, probably. Probably. More glitter. I think we're getting there. I'm going to take this brown shade and just do a tiny bit just under my lower lash line. Just there. Oh, got an eyelash trying to get into my eye. That will definitely make my eyes water. Just a tiny, tiny bit, mainly because I've already made a mess there. So I just think that if I do this, it'll make it look like it's supposed to be there. I'm now going to try this brow gel. It came in the Charlotte Tilbury mystery box. Like I said, I am normally, I mean, you can probably tell by looking, I'm normally so lazy with my eyebrows. I didn't over pluck them really as a teenager because I was too lazy to do that. And now I barely do anything at all to them. So I'm going to use a brow product. You know, I barely even pluck them. I've got to say, I need to. I mean, don't look too closely. There we go. I've now run that through my brows. I'm not sure that's changed my life. On to mascara. So I had that legendary Lashes mascara in the mystery box, but I'm actually been using this Sky High Lashes mascara. It's by Maybelline. This is probably the best mascara I've ever used. Now I have ordered, and it has been delivered, I don't know where it is, a waterproof version of this, but I kind of, as I'm trying to be really strict with throwing these out after 3 months, I kind of want to just have one on the go, chuck it away and open a new one. I used to have a drawer full of half-used mascaras, which now thinking about it is just Jimmy. So I'm now gonna try not to poke myself in the eye while applying a coat of mascara, and you might actually be able to see some of the benefit of my lash lift. So if you look closely now, you can see that my lashes only do need a bit more growth on them. But this mascara, it really does hold a curl. It's called Sky High something. Sky High Lashes, something like that. I also need to decide if I'm going to add false lashes or as I'm going out. I haven't been using them day to day. I've found that this mascara is enough, but with all this glitter going on my eyes, then I might need a bit of something else. So far so good, not poking myself in the eye. Well done, Ree. So I would say that considering we saw what my lashes looked like before, this mascara is amazing. Now, I probably would feel happier going out, especially in like the cold and the wind, with a waterproof mascara on, but I'm just adamant I'm not opening another one yet until this one goes. So I'm going to put one coat on my lower lashes. I have found that although this one isn't waterproof, it's not especially smudgy. It doesn't seem to have much fallout. This one is another bit of an internet sensation, and it was about £7. I'm happy. I have had a lash lift, which just means my natural lashes have been curled. I would say I definitely need mascara with it, because otherwise my lashes look kind of stumpy, but I'm hoping that with using that Lash Serum pretty soon, I mean, you see the before and after pictures, hopefully that will be enough. But a lash lift, because literally my natural lashes, even when they're at their longest, are just downward ski slopes. So hopefully, oh, see, it was only a matter of time. Look what I did. This is why I should probably do my foundation after my eyes. It's not fallout, it's poking myself in the face with a mascara wand. I'm not sure if I need lashes on top of that. I might be okay. We're now going to go in with a little bit more bronzer because I've got so much eye going on. And then we're going to do, which seems counterintuitive, but I see people do it on the Charlotte Tilbury website all the time. We're going to use some of these over the top of everything we've just done. So this one is Spotlight. I'm going to use this one first. It's going to make me glow. I'm going to glow, guys. These are called glow wands or something. The applicator's a bit dodgy. You have to kind of, the sponge tip applicator thingy on these is not my favourite, I will admit. You just squeeze a little bit out and dot it, and then obviously it transforms you into Kate Moss in the Christmas advert. So much glow. But then if you can't glow like a Christmas tree at Christmas, when can you? We'll blend that in a little bit. I might put some across here as well. Try not to use too much. I do see people like squeeze these out and put them on their hands and stuff, but I'm just trying to squeeze out the tiniest amount and just dab it straight on. Oh no, now it's in my eyebrows. Whoops, that's very glowy. So yeah, back to tonight. It is the first time I've been like out with friends, like out for drinks with like a group of people. Like some of them I know quite well, some of them I don't know as well. The last time I just went out for like drinks and dancing, probably get in after midnight, you know, try not to turn into a pumpkin at midnight like Cinderella, was probably not just before COVID, it's probably before I had Zara, and she's 5. So that would be before I was pregnant with Zara. Maybe before I was pregnant with Bella. It was a long time ago. Okay, now we're using the Pinkgasm, which is basically a super glowy blush. I'm just going to put a few dots there and then blend it in and hope I don't look like a clown. I don't know, is it like a mum thing to feel like anxiety about going out and doing stuff because all we're used to being is mummies. Wow, I do look like an actual clown. Whoops, need to blend this in. Or is it like since COVID that we feel like this? Or am I the only one that feels like this? I mean, I've had quite a lot of messages today on Instagram saying, I feel like this too. And in fact, even some of the mums I'm going with. Okay, I've gone way too way on this blush. Oh, now I look as anxious as I feel. Two of my friends, especially the ones I'm kind of getting a taxi with, I said, you know, it's a bit weird, I feel really anxious about this. They both went, me too. Okay, I don't know whether I look like glowy or sweaty now. Okay, now I'm gonna powder down the center of my face to counteract some of the crazy glow. Okay, so let's add a bit more powder. I'm actually gonna use this triangle puff thingy, which I forgot I had earlier, to just go down the middle of my face. Lip wise, am I gonna do a nude lip or a red lip? I mean, a red lip on top of all this might be a lot. But then if you can't do it at Christmas, when can you? Okay, I think I'm gonna straighten my hair and then decide on the lip. Do I need lashes or am I just gonna manage with these? I think I'm just gonna manage with my actual lashes. I feel like it's one less thing to go wrong. I might brave one more coat of mascara, try not to poke myself in the eye. Yeah, I think, do you know what? I'm quite happy. This mascara, I'm not feeling like I have to have false lashes with it, whereas with previous mascaras and without the lash lift, with just curling my eyelashes never would have stayed like curly. I'm gonna straighten my hair and chuck on my dress, and then we'll decide on the lip. We've got straight hair. I have chucked my dress on, I'll show you that in a second. And now it is time for the lip. Now I did say that I would go with what Instagram voted, and you voted red, guys, you voted red. So I think we're gonna go with Walk of a Star, which is slightly more red than Walk of No Shame, because I just feel like it's go big or go home at this stage. So I'm gonna paint over my entire lip with this Charlotte Tilbury lip cheat. It probably needs sharpening if I'm honest. But I find these Charlotte Tilbury lip pencils, if you use her lip pencil, and I've said before, a lip pencil's a lip pencil, and then I found these, and they are more expensive. They're just so much nicer than any other lip pencil that I've ever used. Okay, so I'm gonna draw on the shape and colour it in, because what I was saying was I find even after eating and drinking, these lipsticks are really long wearing. Wow, that's so red. Maybe I would be better with Walk of No Shame. Is that lighter red? Okay, so that's just the liner, which I've put all over. Which one do I want? Walk of a Star, Walk of No Shame. They're so similar, aren't they? That's more like red. Perhaps that's more browny red. I'm gonna go super red. I'm gonna do it. I might live to regret it, but well, it's on now. Wow, I'm so not used to seeing myself with a red lip. Okay, so I mean, all the rosy bronzer feels like a lot. I'm not used to seeing myself with this much on my face. We just perhaps take a bit of the shine off this bit of my face. Well, that's gonna have to do, guys. That's gonna have to do. So that's my makeup. Let's put my boots on. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I am wearing tights and shorts underneath, partly to suck everything in and partly because it's freezing. I thought about wearing tottery heels, but apparently we're going dancing, so I am wearing these boots, underneath which I'm gonna wear socks. Yeah, that is definitely a look. Thank you so much for keeping me company while I get ready. I've actually really enjoyed this. It's been lovely to sort of spend time chatting, playing with makeup. Let me know if you want me to do like a more of a day-to-day, because I don't normally wear this much makeup. Let me know if you want me to do more of a day-to-day get ready with me, with a more kind of realistic, what I'd wear on a normal day-to-day, more of a nude look. And it'll be interesting to see how the night out goes. I will let you know in the next weekly vlog, which will be live up here as soon as it is live, or there are more videos on screen you may enjoy. So I shall see you guys in one of those.